Chapter 1: Understanding the Role of a Property Manager. Welcome to the Guide to Short-Term Rental Management, the complete guide for professional managers. I am thrilled you have decided to embark on this journey to elevate your skills and understanding in the dynamic world of short-term rental management. Whether you are looking to start your own short-term rental management business, scale an existing one, or simply refine your professional practices, this course is designed to provide you with comprehensive, actionable insights. In this first chapter, Understanding the Role of a Property Manager, we will lay the foundational groundwork. We will explore the multifaceted responsibilities of a short-term rental property manager, distinguish professional management from casual hosting, delve into various management models, clarify the division of responsibilities between managers and owners, and identify the key traits that define a successful professional in this field. Let us begin. What does a short-term rental property manager do? At its heart, a short-term rental property manager is a professional or a company that oversees the daily operations and overall success of one or more properties rented out on a short-term basis. Think vacation rentals, corporate housing, or any lodging offered for days, weeks, or a few months at a time. This role is far more complex and demanding than simply handing over keys. It is a dynamic blend of hospitality, marketing, operations, financial acumen, and stakeholder management. The goal of a short-term rental property manager is typically twofold: to maximize the revenue and profitability of the properties under their care and to ensure a seamless, positive experience for both the property owners and the guests. Achieving this requires a wide array of tasks and responsibilities. A significant part of their role involves marketing and distribution. This includes crafting compelling property listings with high-quality photos, engaging descriptions, and accurate details. It also means optimizing these listings for various online travel agencies like Airbnb, Vrbo, and Booking.com, as well as potentially managing direct booking channels. Integral to this is implementing a dynamic pricing strategy to maximize occupancy and revenue based on seasonality, local demand, events, day of the week, and length of stay. This is an ongoing analytical process. Furthermore, effective channel management is key. This involves managing the property's presence across multiple booking platforms, ensuring calendar synchronization to prevent double bookings, and maintaining rate parity where appropriate. Some managers also engage in promotional activities, such as offering discounts for longer stays or running targeted marketing efforts to attract more bookings. Beyond getting the properties booked, there is the critical area of guest management and hospitality. This begins with prompt and professional inquiry management and flows into booking management, covering confirmations, modifications, and cancellations. Crucial is pre-arrival communication, providing guests with all necessary information for their stay, such as check-in instructions and local recommendations. The manager must also facilitate smooth check-in and check-out processes, which might involve keyless entry systems or personal greetings. Perhaps one of the most demanding aspects is in-stay support, being available to guests during their stay to address any issues, often requiring readiness for 24/7 emergency calls. The guest relationship continues with professional post-stay communication, including thank yous and review requests. Finally, active review management is essential, monitoring and responding to guest reviews constructively. Then comes the backbone, operations and property maintenance. This includes diligent housekeeping management, scheduling and overseeing cleaning services, managing laundry, and replenishing supplies to a high standard. Equally important is handling maintenance and repairs by coordinating routine upkeep and addressing repair requests promptly. Regular property inspections ensure the property remains well-maintained and identify potential issues. Efficient inventory management tracks everything from linens to electronics. Crucially, managers are responsible for safety and security, ensuring compliance with safety regulations and functioning security measures. No less important is robust financial management and reporting. This encompasses managing the collection of rental fees and security deposits. It also involves diligent expense management, tracking and paying for operational costs. A cornerstone of the owner relationship is transparent owner reporting, providing detailed financial statements. Managers must also navigate tax compliance, including the collection and remittance of occupancy taxes. Strong owner relations are built on clear, consistent, and professional communication. It also involves proactive expectation management regarding revenue and property care. Lastly, operating professionally means ensuring legal and regulatory compliance. Managers stay informed about and comply with all local regulations governing short-term rentals, including licensing, zoning laws, and safety standards. This extends to ensuring the property has all necessary permits and licenses. Implementing and enforcing guest rental agreements or terms of service is also a key protective measure. The difference between hosting and professional management. It is important to understand the distinction between casual hosting and professional management. The rise of platforms like Airbnb has made it accessible for many homeowners to rent out their properties, an activity often termed hosting. While both hosts and professional property managers deal with short-term rentals, significant differences exist in their scope, approach, and scale. When we consider the scale and scope of operations, hosting typically involves an individual managing their own property or a very small number of units, often with deep personal involvement in all aspects. Professional management, in contrast, means handling a portfolio of properties for multiple owners, running it as a business focused on maximizing returns and operational efficiency across numerous properties. This usually involves established systems, technology, and often staff. This leads to differences in systems and technology. Hosts might rely on basic platform tools and manual methods. Professional managers, however, leverage specialized software like property management systems, channel managers, dynamic pricing tools, smart home devices, and automated guest messaging systems. These are essential for efficiency and scalability. The service level and professionalism also tend to differ. While many hosts provide excellent hospitality, the approach might be more informal. Professional management aims for a consistently high, standardized level of service, akin to a hotel, including protocols for cleaning, 24/7 support, and issue resolution. In terms of expertise and knowledge, hosts gain experience through practice. Professional managers are expected to have in-depth knowledge of the short-term rental market, local laws, revenue management, marketing, and operational best practices. Business acumen is another significant differentiator. Professional management is fundamentally a business endeavor, focusing on profitability, cost control, owner reporting, contract negotiation, risk management, and strategic growth. The time commitment and involvement also vary. Hosting can be very time-consuming for an individual. Professional management is typically a full-time profession or a dedicated business operation. Finally, the underlying motivation and goals often diverge. Hosting might be to supplement income or a passion project. Professional management is driven by building a sustainable, profitable company and delivering value to owners. Types of management models: full service, hybrid, co-hosting. As the short-term rental industry has matured, different models of property management have emerged to cater to the varying needs of property owners. Understanding these models, full service, hybrid, and co-hosting, is key as they define your service scope and owner relationships. First, full service management is the most comprehensive model. The property manager handles nearly all aspects of the short-term rental operation, and the owner is typically very hands-off. Services include marketing, pricing, 24/7 guest communications, booking management, check-in and check-out, cleaning coordination, maintenance, emergency handling, financial reporting, and legal compliance. This suits owners wanting passive investments or lacking time or expertise, and managers with robust systems and staff. It commands the highest fees, but offers maximum convenience to owners and higher revenue per client for managers, albeit with a greater operational burden. Next is the hybrid management model, also known as partial service or a la carte services. Here, the property manager handles specific aspects, while the owner retains responsibility for others, with tasks clearly defined in the agreement. For instance, a manager might handle online marketing and guest communication, while the owner manages cleaning and maintenance. This suits owners who want professional help in certain areas but wish to handle other tasks to save on fees. For managers, it allows for flexible service packages and specialization. Clear contracts help prevent misunderstandings about responsibilities. Finally, there is co-hosting, a term popularized by platforms like Airbnb. It often implies a more collaborative, sometimes less formal arrangement where a co-host assists the primary host, often the owner, with various tasks like listing creation, reservation management, guest communication, or coordinating cleaning. Co-hosts are often compensated with a percentage of revenue or a flat fee. This model is good for hosts needing assistance but wanting to stay involved, and it is an accessible entry point for individuals into short-term rental management, allowing them to gain experience with lower startup costs. Property manager versus property owner responsibilities. One of the most critical aspects of a successful relationship between a short-term rental property manager and an owner is a clear delineation of responsibilities. Ambiguity here can lead to misunderstandings and disputes. A well-drafted property management agreement will detail these. Typically, concerning property setup and furnishings, the owner is responsible for the initial equipping of the property to agreed standards and for major capital expenditures. The manager advises on optimal setup and manages replenishment of consumable supplies during operations. When it comes to marketing and bookings, the manager usually creates and optimizes listings, manages pricing, handles inquiries and bookings, and manages all guest communication. In guest services and hospitality, the manager generally provides all guest support, facilitates check-in and check-out, addresses complaints, and manages reviews. For cleaning and housekeeping, the owner ensures initial cleanliness and covers cleaning costs, while the manager hires, schedules, and ensures cleaning standards are met, managing laundry and deep cleans. Regarding maintenance and repairs, the owner is financially responsible for all costs and approves major repairs. The manager conducts inspections, identifies needs, coordinates routine and emergency repairs, often with a pre-approved spending limit, and maintains logs. In financial matters, the owner provides initial funds and a reserve, receives net rental income, and is responsible for their income and property taxes. The manager collects income, pays operational expenses, provides detailed financial statements to the owner, and manages occupancy taxes. Finally, for legal, licensing, and insurance, the owner is responsible for correct property insurance, mortgage or HOA compliance, and overall property compliance with building codes. The manager maintains their own business licenses and liability insurance, stays updated on local short-term rental ordinances, ensures operational compliance, and implements guest agreements. The property management agreement is the key document formalizing this entire division of labor. Key traits of a successful short-term rental manager. Succeeding as a short-term rental property manager demands a unique blend of skills and personality traits. Effective communication skills support clear, professional, and responsive interactions with guests, owners, staff, and vendors. This includes active listening and the ability to manage and resolve issues as they arise. Strong organizational habits and attention to detail assist in managing multiple properties efficiently. Using checklists and standard operating procedures helps maintain consistency in tasks such as property inspections and financial reviews. The ability to solve problems and adjust to changing circumstances allows property managers to handle situations like maintenance issues or guest concerns effectively. Being adaptable also supports responsiveness to shifts in market conditions and guest expectations. A deep-seated customer service orientation and hospitality focus, which includes empathy, a willingness to go the extra mile for guests, and patience, helps create positive experiences and garner good reviews. Solid business acumen and financial literacy are necessary for effective revenue management, cost control, prudent financial management, accurate owner reporting, and skilled negotiation. Marketing savvy also plays a role in attracting bookings. In today's world, tech savviness is essential. This involves comfort with short-term rental platforms and property management software, embracing automation like smart locks or automated messaging, and the ability to analyze data for informed decisions. Integrity and reliability form the bedrock of trust. Owners entrust valuable assets, so honesty, transparency, especially in financial matters, dependability, and ethical conduct are non-negotiable. The demanding nature of the job also calls for resilience and effective stress management, including the ability to handle negative feedback constructively and maintain composure under pressure. A good understanding of local market knowledge, including local dynamics, attractions, and regulatory awareness, further enhances a manager's effectiveness. For those managing a team, it is helpful to develop leadership and team coordination skills, including effective delegation, motivating team members, and providing training when needed. Developing these traits, alongside the technical knowledge this course will provide, will position you for long-term success and allow you to build a reputable and thriving short-term rental property management career or business. This concludes our first chapter. We have defined the expansive role of a short-term rental property manager, differentiated it from casual hosting, explored various operational models, clarified the essential division of responsibilities with owners, and highlighted the key personal and professional attributes needed to excel. Armed with this foundational understanding, you are ready to move on to the practicalities of building your property management business, which we will cover in Chapter 2.